Hey guys, Shutters and Triggers here, coming at you from a rainy day here in Middle Tennessee, and I'm in the mood for a snack. But how should I cut this apple? That's right, you're coming in on my first purpose-based full-on knife review, and that will be of the Spyderco Endura 4. And the way I'm going to structure these purpose-based reviews is I'm going to show 3 examples of these knives being used: food preparation, paper cutting, and one task that will probably be different from knife to knife depending on what function I think it forms what function I think it performs the best. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to show the 3 tasks back to back and talk about them as I do them, and then I'm going to talk about the knife and hole in general as a whole. And then that's it. Initial impressions, nothing else. It's not going to be too complicated. It's not going to be too long. There are a billion knife reviews out there about the Spyderco Endura, so I just want to give you my take on it. So hang on just a second. Let me get a cutting board out, and we will get started. All right, guys. Well, the first thing I'm going to say is that the Spyderco Endura has about a 3 1/4, I think, 4-inch blade. I can't remember exactly, but it's about the limit for what I can carry legally here in Tennessee. Here, I've got a tape measure here. Let's see. Yeah, it is about a 3 3/4 inch blade when measured. So what that really lends itself to, I think, is making a clean cut down an apple. Just like so. You don't have to worry about the blade not reaching the end of the apple. It will just cut straight through the slice. The Spyderco Endura 4 is made of, what is it, VG10 steel. VG10 holds a really sharp edge for a long time. This knife has seen, I've sharpened it once or twice, it has seen moderate use, not heavy use. But I typically carry my knives when I assist photographers and stuff like that, and that's where these knives will see their primary amount of use. But as you can see, I think in terms of food preparation, or daily food preparation, i.e. cutting up a piece of fruit for your consumption or something along those lines, the Spyderco Endura 4 will serve as a very, very adequate blade for that purpose. The biggest thing I think with that is the blade length. I have a Spyderco Tenacious, and the only problem I have with that for this purpose is the blade is a little too short to make a clean cut all the way through a full apple. But yeah, I think that this serves a food preparation role really well, especially on a daily cutting fruit and stuff. I probably wouldn't want to try and chop with this, but you could do it if you needed to. So yeah, alright, let me get this cleaned up and we'll move on to the next one. Alright guys, I'm back. I have now eaten the apple that we cut up, and I'm moving on to the next test, which will be cutting cardboard. This is just a regular old sheet of cardboard. It was part of the box of my new gun safe, and this would be an everyday EDC task that I would do: opening a box, breaking down a box, stuff like that. I also will cut sometimes. If you're familiar with photography props at all, they use big rolls of seamless background paper, and I will sometimes just slice all the way through a roll of background paper to cut off old, dirty background paper. But anyway, here is a cardboard cut. Look at the blade, all nice and clean. Just washed it. The tip will pierce very easily. Look at how clean that was. This is cardboard. Now, keep in mind, this is really going to dull your knife out. But the way that I sort of see, or the way that I kind of think about EDC knives is, these are users, and they should be used like this. So I realized that first cut might have been off camera, so here's another one. Look at that, no sawing motion, it just pushes right through the cardboard. So, I don't know about you, but I couldn't ask for any better than that. So, cardboard test of the Spyderco Endura 4. Now I'm going to kind of try and figure out what I want to do for the third test, and we'll move on to that. Be Be right back. Alright guys, back with the very last test. This is the best I could come up with. If you guys have any suggestions for stuff like this, like things you would like to see the knives done, like things you would like to see the knives do in reviews, please let me know, because that'll help me out a lot. But a zip tie cut. Something that I would use my knife for a lot of the time is to pop a zip tie off of some wires or something like that. So here is a simple zip tie cut. Boom. Boom. Not even a big deal. Let's see if I can. It'll even shave a little bit of the plastic off. Now, as I said, do keep in mind this kind of activity is going to dull your blade out, but it's realistic to what an EDC knife will do. So that's the third test. I'd like to standardize these, so I'm judging all these knives by a standard baseline. So if you guys have an idea of what a good standard test would be for these, please let me know. But I think the food preparation is good and the cardboard cutting is good. Just working on that third one. So anyway, the Spyderco Endura 4 is, in my opinion, probably one of the better EDC knives that you can get out there. The Delica 4 would be equally as good, slightly smaller, not quite as long of a blade. That would be the one critique I would have, is sometimes an almost 4-inch blade can be a little excessive for your EDC needs. But especially the handle. If you see, I have relatively small hands, and if I grip at the base of the knife, there's a significant amount of handle that sticks out. Also backwards. It's very effective jimping. I would not have a problem making a... Let me focus that up for you guys a little bit. I would feel comfortable doing a piercing kind of thing with this. It could be used for self-defense if you needed to. I'm of the mindset that chances are your EDC knife is going to be used for much greater things than self-defense, or much different things, perhaps, not greater things. But it locks up very cleanly. The blade alignment is very straight. Easy to just deploy one-handed, no sweat. It's also easy to close one-handed if you have a surface to do it against. Four-way pocket clip, kind of standard on Spyderco's. VG10 steel. Feels really good in the hand. It has just the hint of a finger choil here, but it's functional. So I would say it is a very good user knife. You could collect these if you wanted to, but really to not use your Delica, or Endura, I'm sorry, to not use your Endura would sort of be a shame for the knife. But yeah, it's a lockback if I hadn't said that. It's got a fiberglass reinforced handles with a skeletonized liner on the inside. A black pocket clip. You'll see the finish will wear off on your pocket clip there. It's alright, doesn't bother me. It draws from the pocket very easily, unlike cold steel knives. But the grip texturing is still quite effective. And what else? I think that's it. You have a lanyard hole. Yeah, I think that's it. Overall, I carry this often. This is kind of my worker knife. I have a cold steel AK-47 and a couple other knives, but this is the one that I think will do really heavy duty work for. I have a SOG Flash 2, and I think that's a great EDC choice, but I don't trust its strength as much as I do this. I think this is a much stronger knife. So there you have it, guys. I hope this review didn't go too long, but that's my thoughts and my full review of the Spyderco Endura 4. You can also get this model in a different grind, and they also make it with an Emerson wave opening attachment. I'm actually looking at a Delica with a wave opening attachment right now. But other than that, Spyderco Endura 4, shutters and triggers, signing out.